Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you Archimedes out there pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity by way of going out on the highways and byways, teaching and preaching, and also by way of the internet. All right. Shalom to you, very few sisters that's out there listening and learning. Going back to the names, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father name, which means He is. He exists. All right, He is or He exists. All right, Bahashem means coming in the name, and what the world ignorantly calls JC or Jesus Christ. His name is not Jesus Christ. It's not Yeshua. It's not Yehoshua. It's not Yeshaya, Ashaya. All right, it's not Jesus Christos, Jesus. Ain't none of that. All right, His name is Yahweh Shai. All right. So give Him all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people. It's your brother Nayap, and I'm back with another lesson. I was trying to come up with some lessons. It wasn't earlier today, and I think it was early. It was yesterday night, and it was so much information that the brothers was putting out there. I didn't even, really have anything to go into. Everything I was thinking about going into, the brothers was going into, rather if it was Halloween or anything like that. All right, but I'm probably gonna put the origin and stuff like that of Halloween, and probably go into that. A little, might as well, because it is that day and it's a wicked ass day. But this video is quite different. This one is kind of, this one I find a little bit, it is what it is, man. This is what's gonna happen. All right, so, the device I'm on, I do want to say there's a little bit, it has an echo when I play it. I don't know why, it just does it. But without further ado, I'm gonna play this video, and then we just gonna get into some scriptures. I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm not gonna go past like 15, 20, well, Lord, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's the spirit, so whatever the spirit brings to me, that's how long the lesson gonna be. But I'm not trying to go past nowhere in between like 10, 15, 20 minutes or something like that, 10, 20 minutes. So let y'all check this out. Y'all probably seen this before. It says you do not want to be an Edomite, all right?
My slaves, my Edomites, welcome to hell, welcome to the kingdom. Welcome to the kingdom, a kingdom of righteousness.
And it will be a kingdom of righteousness, all right? but now I'm gonna play this one more time, but I'm gonna stop it at this one point.
My slaves, my Edomites, welcome to hell, welcome to the kingdom.
Now, when he said welcome to hell, welcome to the kingdom, because it's gonna be hell for you Edomites, man. Y'all gonna get fucked up. All right, so we gonna go ahead and hit a couple scriptures, man. Like what I said, I ain't trying to make this way too long or anything. So I seen the dude had put up Malachi. All right, and just bear with me because this my iPad acting a little crazy. All right. Now he put up Malachi 5, and I don't know why he put up 5. All right, there's no Malachi 5, but all right, I'm gonna go to Malachi 4. Let me see. Nah, let me go to this. Hold on, Salakia, y'all. All right, yeah, let me just get the one I want to get. I kind of want to go in this, but I'm going to save it for now. All right, so let me go ahead and grab this right quick. All right. All right, because, hey, man, this has to happen. And some people may be like, well, like I'll be, like I'll see, like I seen one video, like you see some videos when brothers out there teaching and preaching, you know, you got these Edomites to come up, or these other nations to come up and be like, even our own people, and they be like, why would you want to have slaves and stuff like that? Well, you had us as slaves, so what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This is Exodus 21:16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And we are still in captivity to this day. All right. I mean, like, you know, it just is what it is. I want to get this as well, which y'all probably already know. If it would fucking go. Okay, there we go. It's Revelation 13. In verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity, all right, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Who are the saints? All right, the saints are the Israelites. All right, and even when you go, let's see, when you go to this right quick, I just want to see what they say for saints. Saints, most holy thing. Who is the most holy? Who is the most holy? The Israelites, right? How do we know that? Well, even if you go to this, right? This is Deuteronomy 7:6 in the KJV. I mean KJV, Salakia. It says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord, Yahweh thy power. The Lord Yahweh thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right, so it says we are holy. All right, holy people, a separate people. All right, holy. All right. Then these heathens, all right, but they have us in captivity, and we underneath their rulership. All right, so when you see videos like that, which you know I'm gonna go back to it, I'm gonna play it one more time.
My slaves, my Edomites, welcome to hell, welcome to the kingdom. Welcome to the kingdom, a kingdom of righteousness.
Okay. Now let me go from that. Let me go to this. All right. So he said Micah. That's what he said. I'm like Malachi, Salakia. He put Micah 5. All right. It was Micah 5. Let's see where we want to go. And I'll cut the cities and land strongholds. And check. Let me see where I want to start at, Salakia. Oh, man. I'm going to start at 10. This is Micah 5:10. It shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, and I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all the strongholds. It says, and I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. All right, it says, thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. All right, because these devils, all right, they make different statues. All right, hey, look, they got a what's that white? They got the they got that. Let me go to it. If they let me get it. All right, get this motherfucker been acting weird lately. Some days this motherfucker act like ain't never happened to it, and then some days this motherfucker act crazy. That's what I was gonna do. I think it's Brazil. Yep. See, they got this. All right. This is what these people come up with. All right. They come up with things like this. All right. A big ass Edomite. All right. Over the planet. Over Brazil. You see. Look at that. And people go up and worship this thing and just bow before it and everything, man. And it's a big ass rock. You know what I'm saying? And Brazilians are our people. All right, them the Israelites. All right, but you see what madness goes on. All right, you can find all kinds of statues and things that this devil that ended up, making. Like you got Trump, he's still trying to. It's like he's trying to make these these what the fuck is that thing called that he trying to build, man? It's like a it's a fuck, man. It's like a bridge or something. Not a bridge, not the bridge, not the bridge. I don't know, man. It's something is linked up with that Nazi shit, and he want to make kind of like a monument or whatever or some shit like that. And it's like, these Edomites make all these statues and even the breaking down of our images, all right, the Israelite images and stuff like that, and then they put themselves up there. Like we know, like King James, we know that he was a so-called black man, all right, but Esau put him as a so-called white man. He whitewashes everything. All right, so let me go back to this. Um, Let me see right quick. All right, so Micah 5 in verse 13 it says, thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands, and I will pluck up the groves out of the midst of thee, so I will destroy thy cities. It says, and I will execute vengeance and not in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. All right, because they think that you got to think about this too. These heathen think that there's a white guy, all right, an Edomite that's going to come, and crack open the clouds and come and save everybody. I don't know what fairy tale that shit is because it's not in the Bible. All right, we know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is only coming back to save the Israelites. All right, so I got a couple more precepts, like what I said. I at least wanted to get his, or the one that was in that video. All right, so let me go to Isaiah 34. All right, we're just gonna get a couple. All right, this is Isaiah 34, and man, I'm just gonna start at 1. All right, so you see the subheading. It says the Most High's wrath against the nations. All right, it says, Come near ye to hear, and hearken ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, all right, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. All right, he have delivered them to the slaughter. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, as the mountains shall be melted with blood. All right, because look, man, this is about to get real messed up out here. All right, the scriptures even mention where, where it says, ain't no, like, you don't get no time to lament or to feel sorry for some, you can't comfort. What is that scripture, man? Like, basically, you're going to have so many people basically dying or whatever. You ain't going to be able, there ain't going to be no burial. You know what I'm saying? There ain't going to be no time to mourn for the dead for 7 days, anything like that, because it's going to be like, boom, they dead. And then you got to keep on the run. You don't have a time to be buried. Your carcass is just going to be on the ground, and it's just going to be flies and shit. All right, the Lord is bringing plagues to this place, and then at the end of all this, this is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. You know what I'm saying? But so it's going to get real fucked up out here, man. It says, and all of the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved in the heavens, shall be rolled together as a scroll. All right, it's talking about, all right, the World War III. All right, when the missiles hit, all right, them ICBM missiles. It says, and all their hosts shall fall as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right, Idumea, these Edomites. All right, it says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. It says, and Idumea, I believe, is a Greek way of saying Edomites. All right, even when you go to the let me see. Yep, Edom. See, it says Edom. H123. It says Edom. Okay. Um. So going back, it says verse 6 and 34 and 6. It says the sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh have a sacrifice in Basra, all right, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right, so this place, America, man, is going to be destroyed, man. All right, and the Lord, anywhere where these Edomites at, they're going to be destroyed, but the main place that got to be visited is this place, man. All right. So and I'll read verse 8. It says, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of his recompenses for the controversy of Zion. All right, because we are mourning. All right, we're going through a lot. We don't have a voice in our times. It says that we won't have a voice. All right, so are people vexed? They're going through all kinds of things. They're trying to roll out new funds for they're trying to fund funds for SNAP. I think it's called continual funds or something like that. But I put it up on my page or whatever. But anyway, but man, it's the only thing's gonna get worse. People think it's gonna get better. Like it says, things will be so cheap. And then certain destruction. Where is that? Fuck. And this iPad will be moving slow. Let me put in so cheap and see what happens. See if I can find it. Oh fuck. Like what I said, y'all, I ain't trying to make this long. Okay, they just completely just said no. I'll just type it in on here. Give me 2 seconds. That ain't it. It's not First Thessalonians. It's not First Thessalonians. Oh my God. Let me just type in cheap and see if I can find it, y'all. Salakia. Are you serious, dog? Does the scriptures not have cheap in there? Expensive wood, clay. Man, I was just reading it. Salakia, hold on, y'all. Am I spelling cheap wrong, my nigga? I forget how it's worded, man. Salakia, y'all. But it's like it'd be like things gonna be so cheap, and then it's not the First Thessalonians though. It's not that one. All right, it ain't that one. I swear it said cheap though, but they ain't bringing it up. So it's cool. I'm just gonna move on to my next scripture. That shit just pissed me off for real, and I'm gonna end up finding it later. I'm gonna put it in the description. Um, I'm not sure if I was reading in the beginning of Ezekiel. Slovakia, man. I really do want to find this. Judgments. I forget how it's worded, man. That shit really does piss me off. But I'm gonna end up finding it later though. But it's cool though, man. Let's go to the next scripture. What I wanted to get. Oh yeah, Ezekiel. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Right, Ezekiel. Let's get 36. Let's get Ezekiel 36 now. This is Ezekiel 36. Matter of fact, let's go back to 35 because I want to go back to that. Let's go back to 35. Ezekiel 35. Um, 35 and 5. Ezekiel 35 and 5. Well, you know what? I'll start at 1. All right. I found it, y'all. I found it. The water y'all bashim y'all shy. All right. So let's go to here. All right. Go to the Apocrypha. I knew I was reading it somewhere. It's in 2nd Esdras. All right, it's in the 16th chapter. Because I'm like, man, I've been reading this lately. So, like, yeah, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse. I'm going to start at 8. I'm going to start at 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. It says, but all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. It says, behold, all right, it says victuals, all right, food, all right, shall be so cheap. See, it says, shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Because, you got these devils, they like, well, hey, we might just, try to fund a little bit of funds because of this, these SNAP benefits are taken away. And so we're trying to make it as a way that people, instead of like, let's say if they get $1,000, you'll probably get in between like 200 to 500. All right. But the things that you get end up being very, very cheap. All right. And people think that it'd be all good. But then, as the scriptures say, verse 21 again says, behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great destruction. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right, and then it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no more man to comfort them. See, it says, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be casted down. All right, shall be cast down. It says, there shall be no man left to the earth and to sow. All right, meaning what? All right, no people in the fields or anything. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? All right, they took away all the Issacharites, and they going after the northern tribe, and the northern tribe the only ones that got that, cause Jake lazy, man. So called Judah, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man, lazy as fuck. All right, especially Judah. All right, Judah ain't going out there picking a motherfucking thing. All right, but Issachar, they hard, hard labor is in them. All right, and going back to that verse where it says, verse 22, for many of them shall dwell upon the earth and shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword, all right, destroy. Now, give me 2 seconds because I was just reading this. All right, I'm in the book of Ezekiel. All right, but when you go to it, let me see if I can find it. So give me a couple seconds. Is it 5? Man, Ezekiel some code. Let me see. I'm trying to paste it in the cities related with Yep, this is Ezekiel 6. Let's go ahead and go to Ezekiel 6. But before we go to Ezekiel 6, let me get this second Esdras 16 and 21 in the GNT. All right. Second Ezra 16 and 21 in the GNT, it says, the time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived, but the disasters will spring up everywhere, wars, famine, and great confusion. Many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war. Okay, and when you go to this Ezekiel, all right, we getting back to Edom, but we seeing how with the Lord bringing down, all right, society in general. All right, but it has to be like this. All right, this has to happen. We're gonna get back to E. Let me get this though. This is Ezekiel 6. Man, I don't even know where I want to start. The point being that I believe 11 or 12, but I'm gonna start at. It says okay. I'm going to start at 8. Ezekiel 6 and 8. Yet will I leave a remnant that ye may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations, when ye shall be scattered through the countries, and they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whether they, this happened, but it says they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which have departed from me, and with their eyes which go a horn after idols. And that's what our people keep doing, going back to the idol worship. Esau, Edom keep on making all these idols and everything like that, and our people keep flocking to it, all right, and worshiping it. It says, and not only Esau, Edom, all these other nations, when you got Hindu and Islam and all that bullshit, it says, and they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed in all their abominations. It says, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have not said in vain that I would do this evil unto them. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, smite thine hand, all right, and stamp thy foot, and say at last for all the evil abominations of the house of Israel, for they shall fall by the sword, and by famine, and by pestilence. It says, he is far off shall die of pestilence, and he that is near shall fall by the sword. All right, it's the same thing. All right, so and then it goes on. It says, and he that remaineth and is besieged shall die by the famine. Thus will I accomplish my fury upon them. All right, but out of this time, we gonna get saved. All right, y'all about Shemi Hawashah coming back to save us. Okay, let me get this. So yeah, all right. So let me go back to Ezekiel. All right, like I said, I ain't trying to make this too long. You know, I'll be on here forever. All right, this is Ezekiel 35 and 5. Moreover, 35 and 1, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee desolate, all right, the most desolate, all right. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. All right. It says, verse 35, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right, because they show no mercy towards our people. Okay, they show no mercy at all, man. All right, them was basically a couple scriptures I want to get. Let me get this. I got about 2-3 more. All right, let me get this. Like I said, I was, something quick. All right, this is like a faith booster. This is Ezekiel 36. Oh man. I'm gonna start at 5. I'm just gonna go to 5. Ezekiel 36 and 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their own possession with joy of all their heart and despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. All right. Let me grab another one. Yeah, cause these Edomites is through. Let me go ahead and just grab my couple last little precepts. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 14. I'm gonna start at 21. It says, prepare. It says, Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess or the land, nor fill the world with cities. All right. It says, for I will rise against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. When we go up to verse 1, it says, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possesses them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for service and handmaids, and they, all right, shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay, it's going to happen. All right, it's going to happen. All right, let me get my last one. Psalms 149. Yeah. This is Psalms 149 and 1. All right, it says, praise ye the Lord Yahweh, sing unto the Lord Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. It says, let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name and dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. It says, for the Lord Yahweh have pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Okay. It says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. All right. It says to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron to execute, that's slavery, to execute upon them judgment written. This honor have all his saints. And again, the saints are the Israelites. If you go back to the prior chapter, um, Psalms 148:14, it says, He exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel. All right, people near unto him, praise you, the Lord. All right, so with that, and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Dash. All right, until next time, Shalom.